Very well. You are now my friend, and we have gained 1000 experience. Actually, we're not that far from becoming a level 5 fighter. Now, here's the reason why I want to become a mage as soon as possible. Because when you reach a level 7 of any profession, like a level 7 fighter or a level 7 thief or mage, you will gain a specialization bonus depending on what profession you have. So if you are a mage and you reach level 7, you will gain +1 intelligence, I think, or +1 wisdom, one or the other. If you gain another level as a fighter, you will gain +1 strength. And if you do the same thing as a thief, you will gain +1 dexterity. So depending on your chosen path, or depending on which stats that you want to increase, you might want to specialize. You might want to focus on a specific specialization and make sure that it reaches level 7 before the others. Otherwise, you will lose that chance, you know. And by the way, the specialization will happen again, I think, at level 11 or 14. I'm not sure. But it's kind of useful. And we now have an extra character. Let's take a look at Dakon here. Alright, so he's a level 3 fighter mage. He's multi-class. Very useful. I really wish that we could be multi-class ourselves, but right now, I don't think that it is possible. There's no way for us to become multi-class. But it's really convenient for us to be multi-class. Mort himself is always going to be a fighter. He's not going to change. And by the way, yes, Dakon himself is always going to be a multi-class fighter mage. And he's mostly going to be your just a support mage of some sort. Yeah, he's going to help you with some spells. And he's going to help you with spamming these spells. He doesn't have any specific combat bonuses, not like Mort. Mort, he's like a huge tank. He has resistances to all kinds of physical attacks and a little bit of cold and armor class bonuses. Dakon, on the other hand, he is not as tanky. He might have slightly more health points, I guess, but no, he's not that much of a tank. However, his attacks are really powerful. First of all, his attacks are more accurate. 18, I think. He has a lower of 9. Let's see our accuracy here. Yeah, so he's even more accurate than Mort. Mort has like an 18, 2-hit accuracy quotient or something. I am 17, yeah, I'm probably the worst. But my lore skill is much better. Speaking of lore, I think it's about time we identified that... Where is that? Yeah, there it is. Oh, we still can't identify it. Okay, despite having a very large lore score, I guess. Alright, so we're gonna go back to him. Let's see, what do you have? Saving throws, edged weapon. Yeah, he is very good at edged weapon, which means mostly swords, daggers, stuff like that. But as far as I can see, there is no way for you... Yeah, there's no way for you to remove his weapon. This is going to be his permanent weapon. It's going to stay with him forever. And it's actually very powerful, due to nice slashing. It's actually one of the most powerful weapons you will ever get. And it will even improve with him as he gains more levels. It gives him +1 to armor class, and +1 to 2-hit accuracy. Yeah, so he has an armor class of 2, just like Mort. Overall, he's a very good fighter, actually. The Whispering Flask invokes aid, +2 to strength. Yeah, aid will recover your hit points, I think, and it will even give you extra hit points beyond your maximum, and +2 to strength, so you can use it if you want. We're gonna shove that into the oh yeah, so it's only usable by Gith Zerai. So basically the only person who can use it is him, because he is our only Gith Zerai, our only elf thingy character, whatever. Yeah. So what else do you have? He has a Dakon Zerth armor. Yeah, Dakon's Zerth armor. An armor class of 5, wow, and it's actually very heavy too. There's a lot of history behind this armor thing. You feel free to read it if you want. Hell, even this weapon has a lot of history. Look at all this text. Look at all that text. Wow, and it's just a simple weapon. Yeah, that's just amazing. Mantras Decade Zerthimon, who is like a great person from the history of the Gith Zerai. And finally, the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon. More history. Yes, if you want to read it. Now, using this item is going to involve a lot of text, and once you become a mage, you can actually use this in order to learn new spells. It will stay with him. He will never remove it from his inventory.
I cannot part with that.
Yes, he will refuse. There is no way for you to remove this thing.
This ceremonial armor is the symbol of a Zerth. I will not part with it.
Yeah, so it's pretty much the exact same thing as these the teeth, Mort's teeth, and your fist eventually, and your eye. Yeah, certain things cannot change. You cannot customize these things. Now, there's a lot we can do in this area. Alright, so you see this is their formation. I'm gonna try to change their formation. I prefer Gather. Yeah, Gather is my favorite. Yeah, it looks more thematic. Like you are the leader and they are flanking you from the sides. This looks interesting.
Alright.
Now I think Kandrian Ilborn, yeah, this guy, he is the one, this half ghostly guy. I wish I could zoom in, but there's no zoom in function. He is the one who will help you with the ingress. You remember that girl who was running around like crazy? The one who came from another world? Yeah, he is the one who is capable of helping her. But as I said, we're not going to talk to her until we
I'm gone.
finish our quest.
I'm gone.
Sorry, until we become a mage. And Ignis, I mean, we could talk to him, but there's nothing really useful he can do. He's... Alright, we can read here. Stream of fire. The descriptions of this guy, again, they're very cool. All sorts of bubbling and charring and flaming pockets of flesh all over the place. And his skeletal frame, yeah, the description is just excellent. Greetings. He makes no response. It does not seem aware of anything. And you know within some shadowed corner of your memory that this thing is dangerous. Yeah. And you can even hear the theme song, that music right now that comes. That's the theme song for Ignis. I just love this theme song. It's so badass, so much badass packed into this one music track. Alright, so yeah, he's not making any response. He's not going to talk to you. There is a way for you to rescue him if you want, but it comes eventually. Alright. Now we're gonna go after the quest for becoming a mage. And these guys have attacked me for no particular reason. There we go, we're just gonna use the Litany of Curses. And boom. I hope they don't hurt him too much though.
Damn.
Die. Dude. Alright, he's dead. Alright, so they're attacking Dakon and we're in a bit of trouble here. I don't know why my characters are so fragile. Alright, so he was not affected. And he's dead. Good. Bronze bracelet. Bronze ring. Basically, very useless items. I'm just gonna give them to Dakon for now because we're gonna sell all of these things. What else can we sell? Yeah, the bronze bracelet. I usually like to have one character, he's like the walking bank. He will carry all these things that we can sell later. Yeah. I think there's one more guy around here somewhere. There it is. Alright, we're just gonna curse you. Alright, so my character actually managed to heal himself. 4 coppers. Yeah, I'm back to full health, even though I did not rest.
Alright.
Now there's a lot we can do in this region, by the way, but I'm gonna stop here. Let's just go after the Mage quest.
Alright.
We're going all the way over to a region called Rackpicker Square, which many people told me that I'm supposed to find Pharod there somewhere. Let's see if we can find him later on. Alright, we're going to explore the next region. Yeah, we're going to the northwestern portion of the Hive. We are now in the... I think we are in the northeastern. We were in the southeastern. Yeah, these are the... It's like 4 regions. There are 4 portions of the Hive. The Hive, I think it's like the slums, the lower class region. Yeah, this is where all the working class people mostly dwell. Because there are actually 2 other regions from the city of Sigil. There's the lower ward, where I think the industrial class, the industrial district of the city. And finally the clerk's ward, which is the upper class district. Some kind of, yeah, something like that. But we're not going to go there right now. This is a rather mid-game location. I really hope nobody attacks me here. Yeah, let's just go this way. Alright. And eventually we're going to run into somebody who can... yeah, there's a place we can rest here. So we're going to try to go there. New Mage. Yes, save the game right there. Yellow Fingers. This guy, if we talk to him, he's going to go after Mort and we will be forced to kill him. So we will avoid that. I'm actually going to have to remove Mort from my party before I talk to this guy, because you can learn something really interesting from him. We're gonna postpone that until much later. Alright. Alright, Mebeth, old Mebeth. This is the lady who will teach you about how to become a mage. And we're gonna save the game right now, because we do want to become a mage as soon as possible. In fact, this entire episode will be dedicated to becoming a mage. You can read her descriptions if you want. She's a very old lady, apparently, and I would lie, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'll just ignore this. I don't really know who I am. I'm just gonna be honest with her. Hard to piece together the man beneath all the tracery and scrawling scars, is it? Who are you? Yeah, I think she is. Yeah, she's a midwife, a person who delivers babies.
Updated my journal.
Before they were, hospitals and doctors and all these things. So she's a midwife. I set bones right, drive the cough out of the sick, yank out the squealing, stubborn babes, and that is, I think, their basic function. Yeah, that's usually what they do. They have very basic medical knowledge, I guess, from practice and tradition of some sort. All right. And she will sell you cures. She has multiple functions, this lady. She's very important. She will let you rest in her house so you can recover your health points, and she also sells you a variety of items and spells and all sorts of really cool things. And she can even heal your characters directly. But why would you pay someone to heal you if you can just rest instead? I don't understand. So yeah, we're not gonna buy any healing stuff from her. Yeah, we could use some healing. I don't think so. We would not. I would rather not use some healing. I could use a place to rest. Yeah, let's rest for now. And there's this clock animation. We're gonna skip this animation. And yeah, you see here, all our health points are restored. Lovely, without costing us a single point or a single dollar. I had some questions of you. Do you know someone named Pharod? Pharod, that gold turd, yeah, she knows him and she doesn't like him. Most people don't seem to like this Pharod guy. For some reason, I'm the only guy who's looking for him. Holy crap, yeah. I need to find him.
My journal.
So he is somewhere inside the Ratpicker Square. I think we're gonna find some clues here. What else do we want to ask her? Are you missing a journal? She thinks it's a magical item, I think, but it's not. It's just a journal. Alright, so are you a witch, Mebeth? I want to learn about magic. Could you teach me? Alright, so she is kind of skeptical about this, just like a very tough teacher of some sort. And she doesn't really want you to learn magic, but I think you have a lot to teach. Alright, so we have 3 truthful responses here. I'm gonna be as truthful as possible because I may need it to solve the mystery of who I am. That is an excellent response. She asked me basically, why do you want to learn about magic? And that's the answer I gave her. That's, I think, the best answer. Alright, it's most likely only going to add another chip to your pile of questions. But I still want to learn because, let's face it, being a wizard is the most badass thing you could possibly do. I think, at least in my opinion. I just like to play wizard characters. Alright, I'll teach you, but you need to do some things for me. And there's a bunch of things we're going to be required to do. Yeah, it's going to take a longer while than usual. My legs aren't good for walking about Sigil, and there's errands that I would have you run. I need you to fetch me some herbs from the market. It's Spyward, east and south from here in the Hive market. So she gave me a seed, and we gained the item. There we go. You twist the black seed in your hand, and as you do, you feel a small bite. Then a small drop of blood oozes from your thumb. Yeah, it's very sharp, and it's a very unusual seed. Alright, so we're gonna leave for now. And I know the exact person you need to go to, so you might consider this a bit of a walkthrough. Even though I'm not really trying to make a walkthrough, but yeah, if you want to become a mage as soon as possible, just do exactly what I'm doing. And I hope nobody attacks me here, because I'm not really in the mood of fighting these small, useless characters. Alright, so where's the guy who will become... Yeah, I think he is in that region. Yeah, he is near this smoldering corpse bar. I think that's where he is. Come on, you guys. Yeah. Keep moving. There we go. There we go. So whoever reaches the entrance first, it doesn't really matter. I mean, he will transfer his entire party. Alright, we're gonna go down all the way back to the Hive, to the southeastern portion. Yes. The only way I memorize these locations is by depending on the central building. Like in the southeastern portion, there is the smoldering corpse bar. This is the region of the smoldering corpse bar, and in the northeastern region there is the mortuary. The northwestern region there is the inn. I suppose there's like a small hotel, and in the southwestern region there is a I actually, yeah, there was the market. The market was there. Yeah, that's how I memorized the areas. And I've played this game for so long, I can pretty much tell you each and every location, what it contains, and what the characters are inside. It's just freaky. Yeah. Don't ask me. It's just the way it works. So where's this guy we were looking for? There he is. Mourns for trees. There's this lady named Damsel in Distress. She gives you a little bit of experience, but I'm going to ignore her. I'm going to talk to this gentleman here. And he has a lot of interesting things to say, I think. Yeah, let's check it out. You see a tired-looking, sorrowful old man who is gazing at the ash-dead tree. His name is Mourns for Trees, by the way. And he is sad. What is he sad about? Alright, so it finds me well. That's good, friend. Hope your good fortunes continues. And how does this day find you? Well, he is kind of depressed. Alright, why aren't you depressed? Yeah, he's very sad that the fact that there are no trees in Sigil. The trees in Sigil are dying, because nobody cares for them. So yes, you're right. It's a sad thing. So, what is it you were going to ask? Yeah, he's basically telling you to care more about the trees. He wants us to care. Yeah, but if enough people care, really want them to live, I know they just survive. They'll turn green again and flourish. Yeah, you remember what we said earlier in the first few episodes, that belief is power on the planes. If enough people believe in something, it can become reality, and that's what he's saying. I think he is based on the same concept, that if enough people want the trees to live, the trees will grow and they will become better. So yeah, it's basically the power of belief in this universe. In the Planescape universe, obviously, power of belief is not it's kind of different in our world, but we're not going to talk about that. Alright, you could be right. I am right, I'm certain of it. A sense of conviction surrounds him like an aura. He seems so unlike the man you first spoke to. That is, I think, the power of belief at work. And we're going to say truth. Yes, I will help. Okay, so we get a fair bit of experience there, 500, and I think, yeah, perhaps I could find others like you who will listen. Now you can ask your companions if they will agree with you, because, you know, if enough people believe, again, including your companions, maybe the trees will change and they will grow. But I'm not going to go back to him because he will give you more experience eventually, so I'm going to wait for that until after I become a mage. Okay, so how am I supposed to ask him about that? Alright, so you can ask him about why the trees are dying, but I want to ask him about the seed. What can you tell me about this place? Alright, so we're just asking him about how we can find work, where are the places we can enjoy ourselves, and okay, we're just gonna ignore him for now. I'm gonna leave him and we'll come back later. Okay, so how am I supposed to... What concerning that seed? By the way, I haven't even seen that seed. What is it? The black barb seed. This tiny black seed has a series of small barbs. So what was the quest again? Let's see. Find the herbs that Meveth. Meveth said she would teach the art, the way of the art, magic basically, but she told me I had to perform some tasks. She gave me a black barb seed and told me to find the fruit merchant in the Hive market. Oh, so okay, I have to go to the Hive market first, which is gonna be, I think, somewhere in the west. Let's go to the west.
I'm gone.
In fact, that's where we should be going in the first place. Yeah, I completely forgot. But we are gonna come back to that guy eventually. And man, are there so many characters we should be speaking to, like the Githzerai townsperson here. Yeah, let's pause the game. These guys, they are the same kind of people as Dakon here. They're all Githzerai, and there's a lot to be said when you talk to them. But we're gonna ignore that. And hey, before we move on, we can actually grind on Black Abishai. These guys, they're very powerful actually. They're extremely dangerous, especially at this point in the game. But if we use Mort's ability against them, they will come after him like crazy and they will attack him specifically, and because he is very tanky, he can actually take less damage from them, so we can use that, we can abuse that in order to gain a lot of experience this early in the game. So yeah, we can use them use that if we want, but not yet. I don't even think he is powerful enough for this.
Done.
Alright, so there's gotta be a fruit merchant around here somewhere. I think it's this guy. Yeah, this guy, the Hive merchant. There's no indication that he's an actual merchant. I mean, yeah, there's multiple merchants here. We could buy things and sell things to them. Yeah. All right. This older merchant appears confident. Yeah, right. Mipith, the midwife of the square, needs some herbs sprung from the seed. We gain a bunch of experience. I don't want to become a little much stronger as a warrior, really. I want to wait until we're actually mages, but do you have the herbs? I don't know if there's anyone who has what your friend seeks to be square, but I've never seen such seed before. Alright.
My journal.
You need to find a gardener in the hive. Well, this is the point where we go back to Mourns for Trees, the guy we met before, and just go back to where we came. Okay, so we're not gonna arrive at level 5 that soon. I mean, we could just wait. Yeah, we need way more experience than that.
Alright.
Excuse me, I think my voice is kind of nasal at this point because I actually have a bit of an allergy for some reason. Yeah, it's a good thing it's basically a nasal allergy. I'm glad it's not a lung allergy. That would be straight up asthma, which is just annoying. Alright, we're gonna talk to the Mourns for Trees here. I have some questions. Yes, I need herbs sprung from this seed. Can you help me? Alright, what an odd seed. Are those teeth along the edge? Barbs, perhaps? Where did you come by it? Old Mebeth, the midwife of the square. Yeah. Where can I get some sprouts from this seed? This is the only seed of its kind I've ever seen. He touches it and yes, the seed bites him apparently. The barbs in it are sharp indeed. Alright. Is there a way to make it grow faster? Yes, he says, perhaps if you cared enough. Yeah, the same issue as before. Focus on the seed and will it to grow. And we gain 500 experience. It actually worked. To your surprise, there is a crack and the seed splits, twigs splitting from its surface like fingers. Remember, these things, things that require willpower to work, magical willpower specifically, in order for these kind of things to work, you need very high wisdom. I think approximately a wisdom of 14 or 13 or something like that should be enough for these things to work. The willpower stuff. And they're actually the basics of how to become a wizard. Alright, I'm not sure if it's only wisdom or maybe even intelligence. I think intelligence would work. Instinctively you drop the seed, but the talon-like twigs wrap around your wrist and will not let you go.
Updated my
what the hell? Alright, I think the barbs on these new branches will be more than enough for what your friend needs. Okay. So, where is it? The seed was here, it's gone, and there should be like a bracelet around my wrist, like some kind of barbs, but they're not here, so apparently he is still carrying it. And we have completed this part of the quest, so we're going back to Rackpicker Square. It's going to be a very long episode actually, because we're going to be going back and forth constantly. She will ask us for 3 other things before we become a wizard. But trust me, it is worth it. Becoming a wizard, even though it takes a lot of time and constant traveling back, but it's gonna be worth it. And we gain a bunch of experience as well. There we go. At some point where we are going back and forth, people aren't gonna attack me, I think. Yeah, these random thugs and thieves, they're very annoying. Alright, we're gonna talk to you again. I returned with those herbs you wanted. Maybe now you can get this damned bramble patch off my wrist, yes? Think it off, then. Yeah, she's basically telling you to use your willpower to make this thing. Yeah, and there we go. It actually worked. Creaking and snapping, the black barb branches unravel themselves. Think it into a picture frame or something. Much more with more structure and less angles. Yeah, concentrate on the barbed ball, then imagine it as a picture frame. More experience. Holy crap! Yeah. So we're basically using our willpower, our ability. Natural magical talent in order to shift the frame, to create a frame from these barbs here. And you can read the description there. It's an interesting description. Yes, she picks up the frame and scrutinizes it. Is that all you wanted for it? Yes, that's enough. Now we need to go to the cloth seller named Giscorl in the marketplace once again. He has some rags that we are supposed to get. Alright, you could have mentioned that before I left. Alright, I'll be back. Fine, we'll just go back to her.
I'm gone.
She's actually going to ask something else from us. That's not the last thing she will ask, by the way. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of backtracking once again.
Right.
And hopefully these bastards won't attack me yet. There we go. If you guys run fast enough, hopefully they won't catch us. Yes. If you stick around for too long, they might get offended and they just attack you at random. Okay. So Giskerl, that's the guy we're after. There he is. Mr. Giskerl. You see a spindly-looking merchant with a brush of grey and red stubble across his chin. Yeah, he is shaking. Greetings. I, Giskerl. Okay. I think he is an obsessive-compulsive sort of person. He is constantly cleaning these clothes. I asked, how did you hurt your hands? Yeah, he repeats the same thing over and over again. It's like a habit. He is like the epitome of habits. He's a very habitual kind of person. Buy cloth, sell cloth, wash cloth, mend cloth, etc. ad nauseum. Alright. And his hands are badly hurt. Apparently he washed things so much that he has blisters on his hands or something. Rag picker. Oh yeah, so he remembers that, yeah, she placed an order with this guy and he's going to get those cloth for us. 500 experience. He comes back with a flattened mass of green rags, thin as paper, yet so stiff they look like a double as wooden boards. Oh, okay. So it looks like he has overwashed them. Giskerl washcloth, starch cloth every 5th day. Washcloth, starch cloth every 5th day. Alright, so he's gonna repeat that. That's his ritual. He's, yeah, absolutely obsessive compulsive, this poor guy. Pathologically OCD. Alright. So we got these boards here. Mebeth's wash. Yeah, this is supposed to be a piece of cloth, but the pixels are so distorted that you really can't tell what this thing is. Yeah, the rags are so caked with a greenish slime that they look like they would take years of soaking. I think she's gonna use them like some sort of book or whatever, yeah. Okay, enough spoilers, I'm gonna... Now we're gonna go back to Mebeth and fulfill that quest. Alright, so we're being attacked, I think. Yeah, we're being attacked. Alright. There you go. Hopefully we don't get attacked by his companions. Alright. Kill him. By the way, when the enemies are berserk and going after more that much, they actually become easier to hit, I think. Yes, they actually become easier to hit when they are in a berserk state. Right. Because they're so intent at, you know, killing you that they forget to defend themselves, I suppose. Alright, I brought your watch. I think this girl was a little heavy on the cleaning ritual, though. At least they won't tear or bend. What was that cloth merchant this girl? His hands were all scarred. And he seemed slow. Yeah, he seemed to be slightly retarded. Well, child, sometimes one burns with the art, and other times the art burns you. Yeah, it looks like there are some people who are so obsessed with ritual and constantly casting stuff. Yeah, they're apparently addicted to magic. There are some people who are addicted to magic, and that's the kind of guy he was. He was like addicted to magic and ritual, stuff like that. Yeah, addicted to habit of ritual. It's a very scary thought, actually. Imagine being addicted to magic. Like, what the hell is that? Anyways, of course, what do you need? This is gonna be the last thing she asks from me, and we need to go to talk to some person named Kosa Jai. Kosa Jai, alright. Back to the market, and this is gonna be the last thing, I promise you guys. I know this is gonna be a little bit tedious, but it's definitely worth it. Every person who ever wanted to become a mage this early in the game had to do exactly what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Now I could just edit these portions of walking back and forth, but why would I do that? I mean, you could just hear my voice in the meantime.
I'm gone. Alright.
Hell, you could even hear his voice.
Alright.
And it's especially useful, the fact that I know exactly where each of these people are. Yeah. So there's Kosajai. Fish, my child, fish heads, mayhap. Yeah. Mebeth said you sell ink. Send me to purchase some. She sent me to purchase some, yes. Are you sure, Mebeth, the midwife? Okay. She sells no ink, she just sells fish. Okay, well, Kosajai was Midam's name. Yeah, so apparently it was also her mother's name and her grandmother's name, Kosajai. So maybe Mebeth was referring to one of the older ladies. Well, she said she would be able to help me, but if that's not the case, never mind. Now hold on, your midwife friend is not all wrong. I know how you can get ink, but it may not be the ink you're looking for. It comes from a gills of a Brogota fin. It's yeah, this Brogota fin is some kind of fish. It's not for eating. It tastes horrible and scalds the tongue. But yeah. So I think there's another fish merchant down here somewhere who has this Brogota fin, and it's Miriam. There we go. Another old woman. Okay. Hello, sir. Oh my. Here I was thinking you're one of my regular customers. She has tuna, mackerel, whatever. Have you ever heard of them? She actually has you can ask her about other things eventually, but we're gonna come back to her later. For now, we're just gonna focus on this Brogota fin here. Okay, do you have one? Yes, I think she does. You need something to carry this in. Okay, I need some kind of tankard or a cup, I suppose. So we're gonna go over here to this tank. Yeah, there's a merchant here who sells these kind of things. There we go. This lady here. This attractive young woman is smiling and beckoning to all passers-by as she calls out the virtues. Yeah, plates, jugs, cups, tankards. She sells some sort of all these kinds of crockery and cutlery and stuff. Kitchen tools. I have some question. It's full of plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery, and the like. Yeah, all sorts of holders. I need something to hold ink in. Do you have a tankard or a goblet for sale? Okay, from a few coppers to several hundreds. I'm actually looking for the cheapest one. Yes, please. And she gives you a very badly damaged tankard. It was used to bash someone's skull in, and I think it costs like 1 copper. And we got it.
Journal.
Let's see, where's that thing? Battered tankard. Yes, there it is.
All right.
And we are off back to this merchant down here. Miriam. I'm ignoring all the other NPCs I could be talking to right now. I just want to become a mage as soon as possible. I brought a tankard. Alright, lost item, gained item. Yes, she squeezes that fish so hard that the ink comes out of its scales.
Right.
I think they're referring to some kind of squid, I suppose. Yeah, that's most likely a squid. I mean, I've never heard of a fish that can...
I'm gone.
I mean, they call it a Brogota fin, but I think they're referring to a squid. Actually, they said that it had gills, so it might actually be an actual fish. Ah, seeing people attacking me over and over again. I think I can cast a spell at them. Yeah, Dakon here. Rain of Anger. Let's cast it at this guy. I'm gonna let Mort cast his Litany of Curses at the other guy. It doesn't work. Alright, we're gonna take a little bit of a step back. Alright guys, don't screw this up. Yes, Mort, good job. We're gonna focus on him first because he is... Yes, critical hit. There we go.
Alright. I'm gone.
I might edit out these locations where we are fighting people randomly, but I mean, this early in the game, why would we do that? He's trying to run away, but he can't. Yes. By default, by the way, whenever you try to loot something, the nameless one is the default looter if you have all your party members selected. It's an interesting mechanic.
Right.
It prevents conflict, I suppose. Alright, here it comes. We're about to become a mage, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna gain a buttload of experience, by the way. Alright. She is tugging the mass of greenish slime starched rags you brought from Giskerl, and seems to be purposefully fraying the edges, as if to peel them apart. Alright, I think I know what she's doing. Here's the ink. 1000 experience, lovely. You've done well, child. Now ask again, after all you've seen, do you still want to learn the art? Yes, after all, the guiding goal of your errands was to test my persistence, was it not? Yes, mayhap, child. And that's not all. You knew who I had to see to accomplish each errand, did you not? Yes, mayhap, child. What did your senses tell you about them? Yes, now here's the moral of this. She was basically sending you to these people in order to test you, to test your conviction and what you might learn from life, which is something I suppose is important in becoming a mage. Mourns for Trees showed me that my beliefs affect the world around me. Yes, that thing about what the belief power thing, yeah. Giskerl taught me that ritual is a wasted effort if the purpose is ignored. Miriam taught me that no matter how much I think I know, there is still much I can learn from another's eyes. I had no idea if these things were actually true, but regardless, there is still much I can learn from another's eyes, regardless, yes. Okay. She is still doubtful that she can teach you anything, but I think you have much to teach. Yes, 2000 experience points. So we will walk the path then. Well, first things firstly, just having the knack for the art isn't enough. You need some means of giving it focus, usually spells. She's explaining the science of spells. I mean, if you can call it science, it's just, you know, basically fantasy affair. Can you read? Yes, I can read. Now let's test it. Can you read this? She draws forth a card. Examine the recipe. She's telling you to read something. Okay, so the writing on the recipe swims before your eyes. I think it's a magic recipe, a magic spell. This is how they are written down. So at first they're basically gibberish, all these symbols on the paper. But apparently you have a gift. You are instinctively capable of reading these pages. Yes, your vision swims, and yeah. This is a minor divination. This is a minor divination, isn't it? It looks like it's a spell that allows the user to see the nature of an item. I think this is the identify spell. Yes, it is. Are you some fiend? She is suspicious as well. She is.
Updated.
I think she fears you. She thinks you're some kind of superhuman, smart individual, like a demon or some sort. Because, yeah. I think she says that you are supposed to absolutely not be able to read that sort of thing. She thinks that I'm a beginner, like I'm a novice, a newbie, a noob when it comes to spells. Okay, I think I may have known once, but I forgot. Seeing the symbols jarred my memory. Yes, he used to be a mage in the past. Yeah, he has a lot of past lives, this guy, and the only reason he is still not a mage, I think, is because he forgot how to be a mage. That's it. He lost his memory. All right. If you need help with anything around here, you can still ask. It's the least I can do in exchange for you teaching me. Oh yeah, that's a very good reply. It means we're getting closer to the good alignment. All right. She wants us to have a spell book. All right. Haha. This is the part. You remember when we took those boards from Giscorl and yeah. And the black barbed picture frame, yeah, all the items we used before. The black barbed picture frame is going to be the frame of our book, and the boards, these cloths we took from Giscorl, are going to be the pages of our book, and the ink, we're going to use it in order to type or write down these spells. I think this is the most primitive spell book I've ever seen, and she needs even parchment. Okay, she takes the starchy film and pulls it over the black barbed frame. Okay, it's missing something. It needs something painted on it. Okay. She takes the tankard of ink you've given her and sets it down. She dips one of her fingernails in the tankard. Yes, she's writing a spell on using her fingernail. Okay. She's scratching a bunch of symbols, and yes, we have our first few spells ever. And she calls them recipes. Yeah, you memorize them basically. Any questions? No, we don't have any questions. Well, now you should have questions. Yeah, she's a little bit frustrated. She's kind of worried that the fact that I know so much already. Yeah. Forgive me, Beth. I meant no questions on what you just said. Please explain how to memorize spells. Alright. You memorize spells by basically selecting them in your spellbook, and then you can just rest, and they will be inside. They will be ready to use. How many spells can I cast? Alright, maybe 2 spells before needing to rest again. Alright. So every time you want to cast those spells again, I will explain the mechanics later. I don't think it's really... If you meant something twice... Yeah, she's basically... if you need to do something twice with a spell, how many times do you need to memorize it? We need to memorize it twice, of course. Alright, so how can I get more spells? You can basically buy them or steal them or just find them randomly from other people who can teach you. Stuff like that. Thank you.
Updated my journal.
Alright, 5,000 experience, holy smokes. And yeah, that's it. She even gives me a bonus item which will be very helpful for us. Yes, there we go. You're not old. Yeah, we're just gonna try to flatter her. Yes, she's being flattered here. Thanks for everything, Bebeth. Yeah, she's kind of
stronger.
And yes, we got much stronger. Alright, so level 2005. We're at level 1, but we have 8,050 experience. Yeah, so we should be able to level up right away. Let's see if the other characters can level up. So yeah, Mort is kind of close. He needs one more, like 1,700 experience before he levels up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna save the game, and hopefully we gain some cool bonuses. Let's see. Well, that's kind of silly. We just gained 1 hit point. It's kind of useless, but our spell memorization abilities have increased, and we are immediately at level 3. And we're actually very close to leveling up to level 4. That's kind of nice. Alright, so I think that's going to be the end of our episode. Before we continue, I might... You know what? I'm going to explain how spellbooks work, yeah. So this is the spellbook of Dakon here, and this is my spellbook. You can see my name is there, Nameless One. There's Dakon right there. There's a maximum of level 9 spells, which are extremely late game, and it's nearly impossible to get there without a lot of grinding. You need a lot of grinding to get there. But the most spells you're going to use, I think, are level 2 and 3. These are going to be the most important. Level 1 spells are actually very common, so yeah. So how do you learn spells? You have these recipes right there. You have a recipe for a spell called Identify, which we're going to use in order to identify the triangle earring from before. Alright, so we're going to copy that spell into our spellbook. You succeeded in learning this spell. Now, in order to learn as many spells as possible, you need to have a very high intelligence. Yeah, you possess genius level intelligence. When you reach, I think, an intelligence of a 18 or 19 or 20, there will be no limit to the number of spells you can put in your spellbook. You can memorize each and every single spell in the game. Dakon, on the other hand, he will never reach that level because he is at intelligence 13. So you need to be careful what sort of spells you teach him. You do not want to give him spells that he is never going to use. Instead, if you have a spell that you're never going to use, it is better to give it to the Nameless One, because he is going to be the more specialized wizard in this game. Alright, he's going to be our main wizard character. There's a rather useless recipe called Blood Bridge. It will basically transfer health from you to another person. So I think the only person who can really use it effectively is the Nameless One, because he can restore his health by regeneration. He's the only one who can do that. And finally, the Chromatic Orb, which is a very basic spell. Yeah, we will take a look at this spell right away. Alright, so every time you want to learn a spell and memorize it, you have to click on it. And this is basically the spell inside your brain. Like, this is the spell book, all the things you can memorize. And this is where the things you are capable of casting. Now, right now it is grayed out, which means you cannot cast it yet. The only way for you to cast it is to rest. You have to copy it. Yeah. So now, if we rest, and with Mebeth, these two spells will be activated, and you can actually use them right away after you rest. So yeah, it's very simple. Like level 2, yeah, Blood Bridge. You choose the spell you want to memorize and use. Now you have memorized it, and now after we rest, we can use it. So on and so forth. In fact, let's take a look at this guy. Submerge the Will. It's not a very useful spell, so I'm just gonna left click here, remove it, and I'm gonna give him Reign of Anger. This is actually a very interesting spell that only Dakon will ever know. You will not be able to learn this spell. Eventually, you will be able to learn other spells from Dakon. But right now, this is the only in this game. This is the only one you cannot learn, and it's actually very powerful. It gives like 3 to 6 points of damage. It is very similar to the other spell called Magic Missile, but it's even more powerful than Magic Missile. So yeah, it's very important. It's very important to have it. I usually spam this spell during combat if I want to finish off an enemy very quickly, and yeah, that's why Dakon is really useful. And yeah, that is how spellbooks work. And she actually gave me a very interesting item here. It's called Amber Earrings. They give you +2 to armor class, and it allows you to memorize 2 additional level 1 mage spells. This is actually a very good item, and I do not regret doing this quest line here. Yeah, so we still can't identify this thing, but I'm going to show you how it works actually. So yeah, we can memorize even 2 more. Alright, let's go 2 more Chromatic Orbs for now. It's a very weak spell actually, and it will change depending on your level. So at level 1 it has like a white ball basically is produced. It will do only 1 to 4 points of damage, very silly. And it has a slight effect, -4 to attack, -4 strength. And it will make your enemies easier to hit. So it's a very primitive spell, I suppose. When you reach level 2 you can do this, 1 to 6 points of damage. And for 10 seconds your enemy will have -1 strength and dexterity. Right now we're at level 3, so the ball is going to be orange. It will do 1 to 8 points of damage, and more points of damage depending. So yeah, the total amount of damage you can get here is between 2 and 12. Yes, that's how it works for level 3. Alright, so it's an interesting little spell here. and we can't use it until we actually rest. So we're gonna do that. Do we have anything else? Yeah. Now in the next quest, I will start talking to Dakon in order to receive more spells and stuff like that to advance our my relationship with him. I mean, speaking as a companion, you know. Anyways, we're gonna save the game for now, and I think I'm gonna end this episode. So yeah, if you have any comments, suggestions, please like and subscribe if you like this video, and leave a comment if you have any specific complaints or suggestions. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.